It's time, everyone! Grab your cross and your holy water, for The Exorcist Believer is upon us. I watched it, and I couldn't believe how bad it was. Not even a year after David Gordon Green's last disaster, the man is back to once again take a big dump on a beloved horror classic. Now, I have been awfully negative lately on this channel, and I wouldn't want to come off as a hater. I love horror movies, so let me start with the positives about this film. Well, the makeup was really good. Okay, I'm done. I disliked everything else this movie had to offer. This is a prime example of someone making a follow-up to a classic movie without understanding what made that classic movie a good movie. How in the world did this guy think, you know what an Exorcist sequel needs? Loud fake jump scares. That'll do it. Ah, a snake! Ah, a friend of mine! Oh, a light switch! Oh god, not a light switch! Aren't we past this? So yes, this is a sequel to the 50-year-old classic The Exorcist, one of my favorite movies, although the story has nothing to do with the original. It's its own thing, and it's about two girls who get lost in the woods, and they come back possessed by some demon. Which is kinda weird and confusing, because Ellen Burstyn says in the movie and in every trailer, we've met before. But Pazuzu the demon from the original movie doesn't seem to be the same as the one in Believer. They didn't find a creepy statue in Iraq, nobody played with a Ouija board. Instead, this demon shows up in an underground tunnel in the forest. Well, that ain't no Pazuzu.
I am Pazuzu.
We've met before.
What are you talking about? Now, in order to explain why I dislike this film so much, I have to briefly gush over the original. It's such a simple, quiet little movie about a family being torn apart by this demon. It's about faith, it's about despair, but also about hope and redemption. The whole movie is shot like a documentary, like you're a fly on the wall observing all this madness. You know what I love so much about The Exorcist? The character growth.
I think the point is to make us despair. To reject the possibility that God could love us.
The raw, genuine emotions.
Jesus Christ, won't somebody
No, you
help
don't
me?
see, you don't understand your daughter.
God, can't you help her? Just help her!
The silence. And then you get to this sequel, which has some of the worst editing I've seen in my whole life. Constant quick cuts, constant loud jump scares. They can never let a scene breathe for more than a second. And not just during the horror scenes, it's constant throughout the whole film. Just take a second to let us get immersed.
Did you do that?
But no, instead they opted for, I'm a monster! Ooh! This whole thing felt hollow. The characters, the themes, the conflict, and the resolution. Although quite similar to the original film, it all felt like a stock Hollywood movie, and I just couldn't get invested. It all feels superficial, and what's more, this horror movie is simply not scary. Aside for being slightly startled by a loud noise, nothing ever gets under your skin. I can't remember a single effective scare that didn't rely on the editor sniffing a line of coke and chopping the scene up in 1,000 quick cuts. Okay, how about Ellen Burstyn's return to the franchise? Oh yeah, she was great in her 3-minute cameo, but let me assure you, we're gonna put her everywhere in the trailer. She was there for the brand recognition, but take out her character completely and the movie wouldn't change in the slightest. She has nothing to do here. It's a complete waste.
I think they will get their money's worth with this one.
But what about the actual exorcism? Surely that'll be good, right? I just have one thing to say about that. CGI fart cloud. Yeah, that's a thing. The whole ending in general left me completely unsatisfied. I really didn't like it. And also, when you think about how things come to an end, you realize that the 30-minute exorcist scene was kind of completely useless. Because in the end, it all came down to saying one sentence. Was that all for nothing? To be honest, the film got off to a pretty good start. It was a decent missing girl story, and then it gradually started to fall apart until it left us with a very unsatisfying, underwhelming third act. Man, I can't even count the amount of times I rolled my eyes after some cringe-ass dialogue, corny, overly sentimental, tear-jerking scenes that fell completely flat, and, quite frankly, laughable attempts at scaring scaring the audience. This cute puppy is scarier than the film. Apparently, Universal paid $400 million to get the rights to this IP, planning to do a trilogy with it. I gotta say, I doubt they'll make their money back. And quite frankly, if the sequels do happen, I think it's time for me to tag out. Whenever I go watch a David Gordon Green movie, I expect things to be different, and I always come out angry and disappointed. Overall, The Exorcist Believer didn't do it for me, just like it didn't do it for many people, it seems. I hate being this negative, but I gotta be honest, I didn't have a good time at the theater. And it did not help that this asshole was on his phone the whole time. I swear to God, he even answered a phone call at one point. Anyways, I'll give this new Exorcist movie a generous 4 out of 10, but it might go down to a 3. In fact, the more I think about it, the less I like it. Apparently, David is also gonna make a Hellraiser TV series. David, please just stop it. I can't do it anymore. Anyways, thanks for watching, and keep watching horror movies. It's good for your health. Bye bye.